Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of GodSaw's Turnbuckle, the wrestling video podcast I run here on youtube.com/UC Campbell. We'll get away from that, any of changes and all that fun stuff, and we'll get right into it. This one is going to focus around WWE NXT on October the 11th, I almost said 12th for some reason, 11th, 2017. And this was a very match-heavy variation of NXT. This one started off with a triple threat match to determine who's going to be one of the participants in the Fatal 4-Way at TakeOver War Games. To go along with that one, they have announced a new match. They announced a match with for the NXT Women's Title being a Fatal 4-Way. You had Kairi Sane in there. This is going to be the first match to determine someone who's going to join in with them. It was Peyton, Royce, Liv Morgan, and Nicky Cross, and what I thought was a pretty good match. I thought it was a pretty good match. You had an interesting aspect of this whole thing behind the Undisputed Era inside of this match, where they had Tayana Conte, who was part of the Mae Young Classic, come out and basically go out there to distract Nicky Cross for them, in that sense of everything. Definitely an interesting way of going about it, because you didn't get sanity or anything in that sense out there. You just had Tayana basically, distracting Nicky Cross throughout a couple times throughout the match. It was a very interesting portion of it, and I felt like it kind of took away from what they were doing. I thought what they had done inside the ring was pretty decent. And maybe it was just because it came off a little bit awkwardly in that sense, especially with how Tayana came out. She just kind of tripped up Nicky Cross initially, and then kind of ran away for a bit. And then when Nicky Cross was going for the victory, she comes out and pulls Nicky Cross out, and then chases Nicky Cross chases her, which leads to the finish of Nicky Cross eating the spin kick from Peyton Royce, and then the Fisherman Suplex, or the Perfect Plex, from Peyton Royce, and Peyton Royce picks up the victory inside of the match. It just felt a little bit, it felt a little bit awkward with that one, because it doesn't play off of anything that, she was part of the, that is she part of the Undisputed Era now, or was she just being used by them to try to get the Nicky Cross, or where were they going with this? And I guess it's more of a let's wait and see type thing and see how it plays off. It just came off a little bit awkward this week in that sense of everything. But they have added Peyton Royce to the Fatal 4-Way. Now it's her and Kairi Sane, and they're going to have 2 more matches. I guess they're going to be triple threat matches to determine who's going to be in there. And we'll see how everything plays off on that one. Up next, this was really good. This was really, really good. This was Lio Rush making his first match on NXT. He was supposed to have it last week, but apparently got attacked by Velveteen Dream when he was supposed to be facing Aleister Black, going up against Velveteen Dream. This was fun. We got to get a little taste. Just a little taste. I have not been able to watch anything with Lio Rush yet, but I've heard really good things about him. So I feel like we got just a little bit of a taste of what Lio Rush can do inside of this match. Yes, they do have Velveteen Dream go over. I mean, he's in a program with Aleister Black. It's kind of right to have him going over, especially with that top rope elbow that he has that gets up. He gets so much height out of that thing. It looks great. And yeah, but I feel like we've seen just a little bit of what we can see from Lio Rush. I think they're going to let him do a little bit more, at least down on the NXT side. I need to go back and watch some more of Lio Rush, or get to watch some Lio Rush before he got into NXT or into the company in any way. But this was a good match. We got to see some really good stuff from Lio Rush. He did this a bit where he almost did like a 90-degree angle with making it look like he didn't stop at all. Like, he took a 90-degree turn without looking like he stopped at all, and he was getting to show off his athleticism. This was some good stuff. I did thoroughly enjoy it. I like the stuff with Velveteen Dream at the end as well, where he's trying to get Aleister Black to recognize him in the terms of his name, because Aleister Black in initial promo just called him Patrick. So I like the character stuff at the end, how you had Velveteen Dream mocking Aleister Black's sit-down pose and say my name. So that's kind of what the aspect is. It's like Velveteen Dream wants him to just acknowledge him in some way, shape, or form, which I feel like that's probably where they're going to go with this one. Down the line. I don't know if it will be an aspect of Velveteen Dream getting an actual victory over him, or if it's just going to be one of those respect things after the match or something in that sense. We'll see how that one plays off in some way. So, up next was Lars Sullivan going up against Danny Birch. This was pretty much exactly the same way that it went with Lars Sullivan and Oni Lorcan before them. So now it's just Danny Birch's turn. A bunch of hard hitting. Lars Sullivan, eventually going over, but like everything that Danny Birch would throw him and wouldn't knock down Lars Sullivan, even though it was extremely hard hitting and everything in that sense. It did come off kind of as a squash match in that sense, but again, it looked really good. It did look really good. It was just one of those things about this NXT. It was like, I feel like the aspect that we didn't get a lot of character work outside of the whole thing with Velveteen Dream after his match with Lio Rush. You didn't get a lot of crazy character work in the terms of like backstage or anything in that sense. It was a lot of matches in the end. It was like match, commercial, and then or basically cut to talking about something else that was going to happen for the next week, and then you would have another match. You didn't get a lot of backstage interviews or anything in that sense this week. So you didn't have a lot of full-on storyline build. The storylines were building inside the ring area. So up next, you had Street Profits going up against, I missed their name, so we were going to have to just put them as job guys for now, because they were essentially that in this match. It was a very much heavy, just Street Profits getting their moves over. Montez Ford, again, this team is winning me over. They are. I did not know this team was going to win me over in any way, shape, or form, but they are definitely winning me over now. I like the stuff that they're doing, especially Montez Ford. The stuff that he's doing with, like, interacting with the fans midway through the match, like doing like some kind of yelling bit. His interaction with the announcers down at the the ring crew with the announcers and the bell person and everything in that sense beforehand was really good as well after the match. I am all for the Street Profits right now. They are very entertaining. I think I've officially been won over by this team, and I am thoroughly enjoying them. And looking forward to seeing them more often at some point in time. So this brings us to the main event of the night, which was Johnny Gargano going up against Andrade Cien Almas. Their takeover match was great, and they did it again here. I thought this was a great match. Yeah, just overall great match. You have the continuous character work with, is Johnny Gargano really over the whole DIY thing? You had Zelina Vega, who came out with Andrade to begin with, because she is his manager and everything in that sense. This time to play the distraction, she does get the distraction necessary in the end, as Gargano had the Gargano escape on Andrade Cien Almas. She unzipped her jacket to reveal a DIY shirt, where he kind of just lets up a little bit, and it's like he's talking to her, is like, that I'm over that. It's like he's not over that. He's not over that in any way, shape, or form. But it caused enough of a distraction for Andrade to get to the actual to the ropes, which it was almost weird that the finish didn't come immediately after this, but it does come up a little bit later on after Zelina Vega does get back on the ring apron to cause a little bit more of a distraction. This allowed Andrade to basically throw Gargano into the ropes, and he does that double knees move. But the aspect that usually happens in the corner was when he does that double knees move that they're actually facing him. This time, to make it feel like it had more emphasis behind it, Johnny Gargano's head was just lying on the bottom turnbuckle as he did the move, and then did that arm, what is it, hammerlock DDT that he does, that Johnny Gargano sold magnificently. It was great looking variation of that DDT this time around, and came off looking really good. This is a really good match. Just a full out enjoyable match from both of these guys. So yeah, that's pretty much everything on NXT this week. Like I said, it was a very match-heavy week. So any storyline that they were going on with, like this match with Andrade and Johnny Gargano, seems as if it's pretty much a feud ender at this point, with Almas going over. And we'll see where they go along with Johnny Gargano afterwards. In this sense, the stuff with Leo Rush and Velveteen Dream was good. I like the stuff with Velveteen Dream at the end, doing the sit-down pose, Aleister Black's sit-down pose, and everything to go along with that, to continue on with that one. Leo Rush looked freaking phenomenal in that sense, but otherwise it was not too much in the terms of character work. You got a lot of match work out of this one, so I thought it was a pretty decent show in that sense, to go along with everything. But it felt like it was lacking a little bit of something too. That's why I'm coming coming to this one. It was an enjoyable show, but it felt like it was missing a little something. And I guess it was mostly a lot more character work, which we didn't fully get to see. So, with that being said, everybody, that's everything I have on NXT this week. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day.